No.
Hello, everybody. Zero interest. What are we on?
Yeah.
We're on something.
Episode 11,
That's the one.
Revelry.
Kaiji is the show that we're doing.
Yeah.
My hair's extra spiky because I just took a shower. So,
Welcome back to Zero Interest. Here I am with the anime protagonist, Casey, with
yeah,
his spiky hair and spiky white hair, so you're double the anime protagonist.
not too old. By like 10 years.
You're the anime protagonist after the anime ended, and there's no more merchandising money coming in.
I'm the villain because the villain is most often older. Because
Sure.
you've got to throw off the shackles of the man and such.
Okay. Anyways, so Kaiji, uh, episode 11, we're having Kaiji go to the Starside Hotel so he can make the big bucks.
At the party.
Yeah. And he goes, party, and he goes up and, hey, there's the old man there. Hey, old man, you're still around.
You got into this shit again despite failing absolutely miserably and needing to be rescued last time.
Well, at least there's only one of you instead of two. As in, one person you can be like, Kaiji's so awesome.
Pretty much, yeah. I said there was going to be one, let's say, a good guy, so to speak, character returning from the ship. That's pretty much him. It mentions there are others, like Kaiji is wary of the other ones from the Espoir. They don't play a big role. I think you
they
can
don't
see,
matter.
what was his name? Tanaka or something?
Mm.
Yeah. The one that Funai
Anyways.
screwed over? Yeah.
Anyways, so you see, cool. We can reuse some designs from the ship because a lot of these designs are very similar. Just in general for like the character designs. So you have old man guy. He's there. He's friendly, but Kaiji's like, no allies. When we're here, we are enemies. I got screwed over by two of my allies last time. Not going to take that risk. But yeah, we're just every man for himself. Obviously his coworker is there, and he's like, "Hey, I'm good. I get what you're putting down. We're all going to be enemies. Watch out for me, though." Yeah, Kaiji's like, "You have no idea what I've gone through to get to this point. You're in for the shock of your lifetime, kid."
Pretty much like saying Sahara's determination is just in his own head. It's not real. He just thinks he's determined. Whereas Kaiji has been through hell and he is now cold-hearted down to his soul or some bollocks, which is entirely not true, but he believes it is.
He likes to think he is.
Ironically enough, his cold-heartedness is also in his head. Go figure.
Yeah. So okay, so we're gonna do this 3 teams of or 5 teams of 12. Math.
5, yeah.
Yeah.
60 participants, all 5 times 12, 60.
So 5 teams of 12. It'll be a different game you gamble on depending on which one you pick.
That's not what he said.
Or it'll be different depending on which group you go in. He said that.
No, he said, I won't tell you the rules because that would change the circumstances for the next group, which, yeah, it's true. They would have longer to prepare, which is why he doesn't tell them. They're all going to be doing the same thing. It's just the first group goes first.
Okay. I was confused on that then. So Kaiji's like, I'm going first then. And obviously Old Man and Sahara decide to go along with him.
Yeah, Kaiji is number 10, is rather the 10th one, and then Sahara and what's his name?
Yeah, they all wear these little not real apron number things, which are the kinds of things you'd see on say
Sports
a runner or a horse or something. Mm-hmm. So they go up and it's like, okay, get into your room to prepare, and it's like, these are coffins, and they're like, yeah, we know. So they get into those coffins and they get carted over and around, and Kaiji's freaking out because when you're in a box and you can't see anything and you're moving, you get worried. Understandably so, because if what if somebody just throws you into the ocean?
Pretty much. Like, literally anything could be out there, and that's, really kind of obvious metaphor with, like, seeing the universe on the outside of the box and then just Kaiji inside. That's, fairly straightforward, but fair play.
So Kaiji gets out of the box.
It's visually interesting, at least.
And they are atop the skyscraper, up high up, and they have these, like, 5 narrow beams. It is 5 or 3, 4. Okay, math. No, I thought
it's basically intended 3 to each.
Yeah,
3 participants to each.
Yeah, 4. I just was going off visuals. I guess I was like assuming there's a 5th one, but there's 4. You got 3 people going on each one of these really thin, narrow, like, walkways, and you have crowds of rich and happy people betting on them and cheering and whatnot, and shouting and screaming and yelling obscenities. And
I'm not sure I would call them happy, to be honest. I would more apply malicious to them.
They are happy in the way that only somebody at a horse race can be.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah.
So, yeah, you're in a horse race. You're in the Derby. You got to get across to the other side, across this thin narrow walkway, really up high where there's really strong winds. And my immediate thought was, I watch a lot of Ninja Warrior, just this TV show that I used to watch it back on G4. It used to be just Japan only, but then they brought it over to America. And the whole point is that you go through an obstacle course, and it's all a test of strength and everything. And, like, you have all different techniques in which to approach it.
That wasn't Takeshi's Castle, was it?
No.
No? Okay. There were a few shows like that, but yeah.
But Ninja Warrior. And so when I see this thin walkway, my thought is, like, the rules are you lose if your hands touch the ground, right?
Or the beam, yes.
Well, then you go down on your stomach, you cross your arm over onto your shoulder over here, and you hug the beam between your arms without your hands touching it. Then you push forward with your legs and you slide across.
Okay.
That way your hands don't touch the beam, you have no risk of falling, you're tightly secured.
I think you're being... I don't think this is a game of realization like the other one was. I think this is just... You just don't...
Yeah, I know, but it's a technique that would work. And then when you get to the end, you let your hands dangle, and then you, using your head, you kick off the ground, and you just kind of flip over onto your back.
Yes. I mean, like I say, technically that would be an interpretation of the rules that wouldn't technically break them, but I don't think these people at the party particularly care about the rules.
Yeah,
like
but
the letter of the rules, rather.
That's just how I would approach it, just for maximum safety.
Yeah, and then someone would throw something at you to dislodge you because they don't really tolerate that shit. That's not the point of the game.
I would keep going. I'd go faster.
That actually would probably be a better way to do this than what they actually end up doing, is just to go fast and momentum will keep you on somewhat. But panic will kind of do that to you and stop you from thinking that way.
The problem is the wind when you're high up. That's the real thing you should be worrying about more than anything else. Because, like, you should probably be keeping low to the ground as you're moving forward. As low as you can. Like, just kind of crouch walking if you can.
That does play a factor later, but for the time being.
So, Kaiji, after a long period of people being like, I don't know what to do, one guy starts to get across, then he falls, and he, breaks his leg.
Possibly his arms, based on the way he fell, but yes.
Yeah. So, alright, you won't die, you'll be fatally injured, and you'll probably be stuck with a whole bunch of hospital bills that will add to your debt.
Which they will expect you to pay this time.
Yeah. But you won't be fatally injured, but you'll be injured in a way that will cost you more money.
Yeah, so everyone's paralyzed by fear, but Kaiji is like, oh, this is my chance because everyone else is scared, but I can see it as, you're out of camera shot, by the way. I can
Yeah.
see it as, like, as long as it's not fatal, then I have a chance.
So Kaiji's like, all right, I'll. Oh, somebody started going before me. Well, then I'll
Not
go
quite.
second.
He's just sort of standing at the beam, and he's like, I can do this. I can do this. And then the other guy pushes him out of the way because he was hesitating.
So one guy goes ahead of Kaiji, and Kaiji's like, I'm not gonna let this stand. I'm gonna follow after him. And then everybody starts to slowly start going.
Mm-hmm.
So it turns out the whole pull of this game, the reason why people want to watch all this despair, is because they want to watch people push other people off. So if you're in the back, that means nobody can push you off, essentially. But if you're in the front, that means everyone can push you off, and unless you start to walk backwards on this very narrow thing, you're not going to be able to push people off.
Mm. The theory is, if you're brave enough to go first, then you're brave enough to go faster, because that's your only way of actually making it through it at that point.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I think that if I were to go first, I'd just try to go faster. I'd try to keep the momentum, because if you just keep sliding bit by bit by bit, that's longer that you're up there. That's longer you have to balance. That's longer. It's going to start to drain on you.
Yeah. This is a lot of rational thought, though, that kind of flies out of the window when you're in this situation, I think.
Yeah.
Panic can just freeze up every single one of those logical reactions.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to wonder, though, if any of these brave men, as they call them, are actually like gymnasts. Because I can imagine one of the later races, one of them just going, all right, fucking balance beam, let's do this shit. Yeah. Just runs.
Yeah, there's got to be one guy who's just going to stick his arms up for balance and just run across.
Yeah.
Super Mario 3 style.
Or Mario Party 8 style. There's also a game in there. That's what I thought of immediately every time I watched this. I watched this earlier in the week as well. I was like, yeah, it's totally Mario Party 8 with the canyon where you got to hold the beam.
That's, the whole... Overall, I don't think this is going to be a long challenge by any measure. At least I hope it's not.
This one,
but it is certainly different.
Yeah, I said it gets a bit wacky. Yeah, so this is what I meant pretty much.
You're going to have one guy who does this one time, and he's going to be like pretending to be a horse and neighing and like running across, because you just can get some wackos in this. I was thinking as I was watching this, if this was any other anime, you'd have somebody who would be like, oh, I'm just going to run across and skip across like it's no problem.
He had to say it, he's going to go up, which immediately made me think someone's going to do the fucking Psy horse dance across the fucking thing. Oh, God damn it.
Like I said, if this was any other anime, you'd have somebody just dancing across that, no problem. And,
hey, sexy lady.
Oh. You just doing the horse right across?
Yep. So
if Kaiji took place in South Korea, no, honestly, I don't. There's not necessarily the whole thing is Kaiji's caught between two people, and he's worried if he should push or because he has to worry about being pushed from behind.
Yeah, he's technically in the worst position here.
And the beam gets narrow the farther you go, and he's worried about lots of things. So, I mean, you gotta push. What you gotta do? Or you gotta try to not push and cower it out. He's not going to die, but in this certain situation, I think the guy in front of you would push you if he was behind you.
Mm.
So
that's kind of the problem. Like, psychologically, the first person's walking, the second person pushes the first person, third person now has an excuse. That guy's a dickhead. He just pushed that guy off. It's fine if I push this second guy.
Yeah.
What a shithead. He deserves this.
That's why you reach around before you even get on. If there were any people who were repeating on this particular thing, the strategy would be to punch one guy out and then have another guy go first and push him off.
Just sort of turn sideways and go that way.
Yeah.
Push both sides.
Yeah. Or like before you even get on the beam, just punch one guy and just knock him out.
Yeah, I have to imagine that happens too. Someone just pushes someone else off of the fucking beginning starting line. Fuck you, dude.
There we go. No problem, right? So there's
some shit that just runs across the starting line, just pushes everyone off.
Yeah. Well, I guess there's only one.
And then it becomes Takeshi's Castle or Wipeout or whatever one of those shows you're talking about, where the audience just starts throwing things at them to get entertainment out of it.
There's lots of different ways to approach this.
Almost makes me want to see the other races, but we don't do that.
Yeah, that would be fun. If we had more of a cast to this show, like if we had more characters that were relevant and they were in different races and we could see those races and they would all be like vastly different, I think that'd be very interesting.
Yeah, but, this isn't that kind of show. That would be a bit too colorful for this, I think.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. But I can't help but hope.
Yeah, it's a bit more Hunter x Hunter than it is Kaiji. Oh well.
So, I guess closing thoughts, because there's not really terribly too much that really happens in this. It's all just tension.
Yeah, we talk about the second guy pushing the first guy and the third guy pushing the second guy on one row, and one of the guys pushes another guy, and I think that was on the beam where the first guy fell off just at the beginning. The first one to fall. So that's 8 people, and 2 of those beams only have 1 person each on them, and the other 2 still have 3, I think.
Yeah.
So it's 8 participants left.
So, really, like, just thought of something. What if Kaiji were to take off his jacket and just kind of wrap it around the bottom of the bar so he could hold it up and, like, use that to make sure he doesn't lose, like, his balance? So, like, take the jacket, drop one side under the bar, grab it, pick it up, and then you're holding the sleeves of the jacket, but you have like a kind of something to put in your hands, so you have a more secure hold on the bar, so it can help your balance.
Again, letter of the rules, I think. They don't want to see people being clever. They want to see people being desperate.
Well, screw you. I'm going to be clever. Yeah. Good episode. Interested to see how this plays out. Obviously, the name of the game is Despair. And, like, I also just started playing Danganronpa V3, so that also has a ton of despair. So I'm getting, like, double doses of despair right now.
You're a desperado.
That's a different type of despair. All right. So I think that's it for this episode.
That's actually entirely the same kind of despair.
No. It's different.
Isn't a desperado just someone that commits crimes because they're desperate? That was the thing, right?
Well, I mean, it's a song.
Okay.
It's also a film.
I thought that was the definition of desperado. I haven't looked it up, so, I don't know.
So, like, thanks, Urban Dictionary. It's derived from the Spanish term desesperado, Desesperado, which means no hope. Person with no hope.
Also applies. So yeah.
Yeah.
So Brave Men Road could also mean Desperados Road, if you really wanted it to.
That sounds like a great album. I think you should go out and you should write the songs for that album,
Why would I go out
Desperado
to do
Road.
that?
And we'll see you guys next time.
I have a keyboard. It's like right.
Bye, everybody.
It's
This
behind
was
my
zero.
stand. There it is.
This was zero interest. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody. Notice the keyboard's plugged in because I'm more. Oh, didn't get to do an outro. And now we're looking at what are we looking at?
I don't know.
Oh, that's my camera stand, which is like a carton of like brownies or something that's empty, and a juice box that's like sort of underneath it. I don't have a camera stand. I could do it like a box or something, but this is. Incidentally, please donate on Patreon if you feel so inclined.
Are you still recording?
Yes, I'm still recording. Bye, everybody. Hang on. Bye, everybody. I'm waving.
Okay, I know.